What up, guys? ItzKousii here. We got an area Wi-Fi battle against the TheMoovinMiltank. Now, I feel like I've improved a lot since my last upload to PMPBeta. So, if you guys like this battle, make sure to leave a like rating. So, let's just get right into it. He leads off with a Swallow, and he goes for the Protect. Now, I actually know it's a Swallow because I did see the Zoroark on the team preview, and that's why I love my Flygon, because I was going to go for the U-turn regardless of what he led off with. So, yeah. Now, I go for the U-turn, and I'm going to get out of there, and I go into my ItzKousii, just predicting the Brave Bird or Facade or whatever he really wants to go for. But he actually goes for the U-turn, and that kind of sucks because it's going to do a good chunk, and this ItzKousii is fully invested in defense, so it still takes that relatively nicely, but I wish he just went for like the Facade, even though that would probably have done more, actually. So disregard what I just said. But now it goes into his Pesky Weeds. I'm predicting the Trick because I'm thinking that this thing might be Scarfed. But he actually goes for the Dark Pulse, revealing to me that he's actually a Zoroark. Now, that does a good chunk, but I'm going to go for the U-turn here. And that was a good play because if he stayed in, he would have gotten a lot of damage like you just saw there. Or if he switched out, I would have gotten Switch Initiative. So it was basically a win-win situation for me. Now, I go into Cobalion here to predict the Dark move so I can get the Justified boost. But he actually goes for the Flamethrower, predicting that very nicely. That was an awesome play on his part. And that's not going to kill my Cobalion, surprisingly. Even though he does not have that good of a special defense stat, he does have a decent HP stat, so he lived that. And I go for the Iron Head, and I'm able to take out that Zoroark. So things are looking pretty good right now. He goes into Swallow, and I honestly have nothing for Swallow on this team. So he goes to the Brave Bird here, and I'm going to have to leave this thing in his Death Fodder because it is at such a low HP that it's basically useless. Now we're all just chilling in here. Swallow's taking some recoil and burn, and Flygon comes back out, and I just go for the U-turn again as he goes for the Protect. That was a good play on his part, just to scout out what move I was going to lock myself into, but he also gets the burn damage. So now I'm going to go for the U-turn, which does a really good chunk, seeing as Swallow's paper-thin defenses. So I'm going to switch out here and go into my ItzKousii, which can take hits very well, except U-turns and Brave Birds. But I think, yeah, see, Facade would have done more than that U-turn in the beginning, but it can take physical hits very well. But 2 Facades is going to do enough. There's going to be enough to kill me, and it's going to leave the Swallow at such low HP that I can actually just revenge kill it with Flygon, so that's really good. Now, Flygon's going to come out here, go for the U-turn. He doesn't Protect here because it's just going to kill himself anyway, and things are looking pretty good right now. I got that Swallow out of the way. That was the main threat to this team. So yeah, I go up to my Nidoking just because of the fact that I can bluff Scarf, or even it has such a wide variety of coverage that I can hit most things super effectively. But he goes to Blastoise. I actually switch out here because I know one Thunderbolt's not going to do it because Blastoise is a bulky ass mofo. And I go to Clefable here, who is especially defensive, and he's going to switch out here. I was kind of fearing the Yawn, but at the same time I'm like, you know, if he has it, I'll just switch out. But I predict that switch, and I go for the Seismic Toss. And I think he was probably predicting the Toxic, so yeah. Now, Clefable is at a really good HP set. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to Wish Up. Oh, I'm not going to Wish Up. God, okay, never mind. I switch into Nidoking, predicting the Stealth Rocks, I guess. I think that's later in the battle where I Wish Up, my bad. But now I'm in a good spot here. And what actually happens here is I predict to switch into his Rotom Cut. And instead of going for the Earth Power, I go for the Fire Blast, which would have one-shotted it, as you'll see later in the game. Spoilers, but that really sucked that I missed. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it though. But I go into my Clefable here, kind of risking that he doesn't have the Trick or he's not Scarfed. But looking from that damage, he seems to be more of a defensive build. Now I'm gonna actually go for the Wish here. This is the part that I was talking about earlier. I go for the Wish here as he sends in Registeel, and I'm not planning to heal my Clefable. What I'm actually planning to do is planning to heal my Flygon because he's at an HP stat where I know one of his Iron Heads or Seismic Tosses can't kill me because he's at like 130 something HP, and after Stealth Rocks he's left at 106, which means that after the Seismic Toss I'm left at 6 HP, and I can get off my Wish and heal most of my HP back. So that was actually a really good play on my part. But that was a bit risky because if he went for the Iron Head and got a crit, then that could have been the end of my Flygon. But I'm actually predicting the switch here again, and I just go for the U-turn to get the upper hand because I really like Switch Initiative. And I'm going to go out to my Clefable now, who is planning to wish up and get a Toxic on this Blastoise. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna set up the wish. Getting a little ahead of myself. We're gonna set up the wish as he goes for the Ice Beam. He's probably hoping to get the freeze hacks, but he gets the crit instead, so it was like a win-win. But I go for the wish here just to heal up, like I said before, and I'm actually not gonna protect because I know one of his moves can't kill me. So I mean, there's really no point of protecting unless I'm really scared of crits, which I'm honestly not too scared of crits. But I do miss that Toxic, which 90% accuracy. You thought it hit, but for some reason it feels like it is like the accuracy is Stone Edge. It really sucks that I missed it, but what are you gonna do? So he's gonna switch out here, predicting the Toxic again, and honestly, I have no reason not to go for the Toxic again. I know Registeel can't really touch me, and I can't really touch Registeel, but I mean, Toxic was probably the best play to go for. Now I am gonna go for a wish again, so I can pass it out hopefully. But he goes for the Thunder Wave, and I'm okay with that, because Clefable's already really slow, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much. But I'm gonna switch out here and go to Nidoking because I do have a wish, and even if he hits me and crits me, it won't take me out, and I'll get most of my HP back from the wish. So that's really nice because I'm back at full HP and I'm in a really good spot right now. Now I'm actually gonna predict this predict this switch into Blastoise and go for the Thunderbolt. So that was an awesome play. But like I said before, it wouldn't have taken it out, as you see there, because Blastoise is a bulky Pokemon, and he was at full HP. So now he's going to switch out here, predicting the Thunderbolt again. I actually go for the Earth Power, predicting his Registeel to come back in, but I really should have just stuck with the T-Bolt there. That was a pretty bad play on my part. But I go to Sharpedo here, knowing it's the least useful thing on my team. And I hate sacking Sharpedo because he's... I should my mic. Because he's a boss. Like, I mean, look at Sharpedo. He just looks so cool. But, you know, I had to sack him because nothing... he really couldn't clean up shop in this battle. But whatever. I go out to my Flygon here. I'm going to go for the U-turn. He stays in. And now I finally get to find out if he's defensive or offensive. So I go for the U-turn. And I'm going to go into my Clefable here, just to take that -2, hopefully get up a wish. I don't really know, but he goes to the Pain Split, probably predicting my Clefable will come in, or anything really. So that was a good play on his part. Now I know he's more of a defensive Pokemon, and things are looking pretty good right now. If I can Toxic this thing, that'd be pretty good, or if I can just switch out to Nidoking like I just do here, knowing that a -2 Leaf Storm won't kill me. But he actually goes for the Willow, predicting my switch. So that was a good play on his part. And I really should have stayed in there and gone for the Toxic and then switched out to Nidoking, but I don't know. Maybe I was predicting switching to Registeel, predicting the Toxic. I don't know. But he goes for the Pain Split here. I think he's trying to fodder this thing out, but I think I'm just going to go for the Fire Blast right off the bat, honestly. So we're all just chilling in here, and he's going to switch out and go out to his Houdini, who will get two-shotted by Fire Blast. And finally, my Fire Blast hits, even though it only missed once in this battle, but it's a clean 2-hit KO, so I'm not really worried about that. And now I know that I'm faster than his Rotom Cut, which means I can just one-shot that with a Fire Blast too. So Nidoking is just such a boss in 5th Gen UU. Really love this Pokemon. I suggest anybody who hasn't used it to try it out. So yeah. Now he brings in his Pescaweeds, hoping he can probably live a Fire Blast, but I don't think so, because I am a Life Orb of Sheer Force Nidoking, and he's just a boss, so he's going to take you out. Now Rotom's down, and things are looking pretty good. He has 2 Pokemon left. He has his Galvantula left, who's really frail Pokemon, and he has his what's his last? His Registeel. So he goes to the Hidden Power Ice or Grass, predicting me to stay in, but there's no way I'm gonna stay in against that thing. But he does get a crit in my Clefable, which doesn't matter at the end because I'm just leaving this thing in for fodder. Now since he goes to the HPS again, I know he's choiced in some way, and I'm able to just go for the Seismic Toss to wither this thing down as much as possible, so my Flygon can come in and just Earthquake it. But I can get one more Seismic Toss on this thing, so I'm gonna take advantage of that right here, and just get off one more Seismic Toss. So that's pretty good. And now my Galvantula's at a point where Flygon can just come right in here and Earthquake it for the kill. So he's gonna take me out with one more choice specs. Hidden Power, whatever that was, and I'm going to bring my Flygon here knowing I can take it out with an Earthquake, and that's exactly what I'm going to proceed to do. So Galvantula's down, and his last Pokemon is Registeel, and my last two Pokemon are Flygon and Nidoking, so I know I can go for the Earthquake and live with Seismic Toss and just 2-hit KO him, or I can just go out to Nidoking for the revenge kill. So he goes to the Iron Head here, probably hoping to get a crit, but he doesn't, and that doesn't do a lot at all. So that does under 100, and Flygon's a pretty frail Pokemon, so yeah, but it's a clean 2-hit KO with the Earthquake, so good game, TheMoovinMiltank. Make sure to check him out as well as me out if you enjoyed this narration. Make sure to sub PokeMoshPitBeta also, and thank you guys.